Hey, welcome back to Ant Legion. I am Silver Ninja, and we're going to look at the fun that I've had with my snail. Let's see, first we're going to water it, because that gives us war and civil points. I think I have a short video on that from a long time ago. So I no longer need to feed it and give it experience. Oops, and then I hit the wrong button. Alright, so we're going to go into the skill set and see what I've done to this to make it more battle ready. So we can call this my combat snail, my battle snail, whatever. Just imagine a bunch of ants riding on top of a snail. And what we've done to increase that. So on the military skill, it's pretty obvious. I've boosted my primary formation, which for me is my haste. I still have some work to do to max them out, but max 30 is not quick to get to. Now I do have an increased army scale. If you want to look more into that army scale, I do have a video on that. But as far as the ant goes, it's almost maxed out. Max level is 30, and I'm getting roughly 1,500 per level. And then I do have some skill points into the army, which I'm debating on resetting to feed up my army scale, and then my haste skills. Or I might just do more into the army damage bonus. This is what unlocked at level 60. It's very expensive. I need almost 2 million just to get to level 3. The army damage bonus is basically your aftermath calculator for damage. So my attack minus your defense, that damage is increased by 1% at current level. Now, when you go into the skill level, there's a lot more you can do here to make it more battle ready, if that is your intent. So as you can see, I don't have anything for food and leaves collection, which at level 30 I don't need. I need more water and fungus. But to make this more battle ready, I also got rid of my water and all resource collections. I've also, I have a little bit in fungus farm, but that's because it was left over from increasing army damage reduction. And so I'll reset that again at some point. Now, my march speed, I maxed out at 30. As you can see, that is maxed. And that is good for, the reason I maxed that out first is because that's good for everything. Not just attacking other nests, but also lure, raiding, collecting on tiles, I believe it helps transport as well. I should look into that. Like transporting resources to other nests of your allies. But also collecting on tiles, things like that. Everything is march speed. So I increase that, max that out first. I don't have my training up right now. That sucks to have that, not have that, because training speeds are, you can get them, but they're a little hard to find, or a little expensive to get. Lucky Survivor. Now this one, if I had a lot more player versus player, I would probably increase that a lot more. But the state I'm in is called Tranquility for a reason. It's very rare for us to have a kill day. So that we can all focus on making our nest stronger for all of the events, Stump and Conquest and things like that. Now army damage reduction, that opens at 55. Same thing, that is a aftermath calculation. So your attack minus my defense equals damage that is reduced by this. So this, and then of course, don't forget the load, almost maxed out. It's currently at 42.5%. If it follows the trend of the march speed, it's probably going to end at 50%. Now, what is good about having the load up? Well, in Conquest, it's great for me because I can drain a nest in about 3 or 4 hits, depending. So let's go take a fun look at that real quick. So when I go to, let me see, I know there's a nest over here. So, okay, so I use this for my zeals. Zeal bonus is great for lure, gives you an extra 5% attack. It's great for predator, pretty much all alliance events. It's good to have that extra 5% attack. It's unattached, so there's no penalty, meaning that if you attack an alliance during peaceful times, there's a penalty of your death. Or being ousted of your other alliance. So be careful about that. But now my strongest formation is my haste formation. I am, I believe, currently on my combat tree. So when I hit strongest, I have a 10.8 million load. So I can drain almost any nest rather quickly. Now, another benefit to having 3 focused formations, it's all melee. So all melee or army boosts going into that. I do need to update that as I train more. Trying to get them all, I just upgraded my melee. So once I drain a nest's defensive capabilities and kill all their troops, I can send the haste one again, or I can send my melee and get 13.2, or my ranged and get 14 million. Now there are a couple things that do affect how much you can take from a nest. For example, even though I do have 10.8 million units of resources I can steal per attack, if they have troops, my troops are focused on fighting, not stealing, so there's a loss. So you take a lot less resources on those first couple hits. Now, once they're drained and they no longer have any defenses, then I can drain. It's always going to be a 30%. It's roughly a 30% loss. So if somebody has 10 million resources, well, let's say 1 million resources, which I can obviously take in one hit, I'm only ever going to get roughly 700,000 of those resources. And it does tier down: food, leaves, water, fungus. You take them in that order. So just keep that in mind. You'll never get everything a nest has. There's a 30% battle loss, and that's per hit. So if somebody had 100 million resources, which I have drained before, love those guys. They don't know how to keep their resources hidden. Check my video out on that. That means if I attack them 10 times, I'm going to lose 30% of what I can take every time. So I'm only ever going to get roughly 7 million per hit. So that means it's going to take me more than 10 hits. It's going to take me 12 or 13 hits to take what I can take out of 100 million resources. So that's the basics of why it's important to have a high load. High load also helps you in non-combat when you're collecting, and when you're collecting in, say, the fungus farm, in this case the alliance pool, or on any resource, you're sending less troops to do it. In the fungus farm, you can only send a certain amount of troops that your march can hold, so it allows you to carry back more on a tile. Same thing, you can send less ants to carry the max. So that is the basics of the battle snail that I have created. What have you created for your snail? Obviously, that's my focus at level 30. If you have a battle state, that might be a good thing to increase. If you have a farm, you might be geared towards more all of your collection items, increasing those to 100%. Helping build your nest by using less speeds, train by using less speeds. All those are still important depending on your circumstances. So how is your snail built? And curious to let me know. So we're going to end that here. As if I got anything wrong or missed anything, feel free to share in the comments. It helps everybody. I have made corrections before. And this is currently how the game has. There have been updates that make some of these videos less accurate. So let us know if anything has changed at the point you are watching this video. All right, well, have a great day again. And remember to keep it fun. We'll see you on the next one.